everybody, what is up? You are watching Talking Ball, and there is a logo over my face. Hey, it is Jose and Colin here at Talking Ball. How is it going, Jose? You doing all right today, buddy?
I am. I'm fine, thank you very much. Finished work, getting ready. Just cooked the dinner for the family, and now just do is get on this stream for an hour or so, and then back to my family life.
Family duties. Yes, yeah. Wonderful. Well, hey, thanks for making time. I appreciate you being here, man, as always. And it's always good to see the people, see the Spurs fans. Everybody that's in here, welcome. Very good to have you here. Again, to everybody, also just wanted to let you know, we do have memberships available. If you want to grab one of those, it's a new thing. And there is the link right there if you'd like to grab one. Again, that is a new thing here at Talking Ball. We used to have Patreon. We're phasing that out, but I just wanted to say hey to the Patreon members one last time before we did phase that out. But again, guys, enough housekeeping. Spurs time, man. Everything seems to be pretty good at Spurs. I mean, Sonny's coming home. That's something that we're excited about. Sonny coming home. I think we're excited. I'm excited. Talking beers in the house, and he says, "Oh, Sonny, my Sonny." Yeah, that's definitely gonna have to. That'll come up for sure. We've also got Niall Kane in the building. What is up, Niall? Good to have you, man. Yes, he says like, subscribe, and share, and he's right. He's on it. Please, guys, please do that. It helps us out a lot. Both me and Jose's page, El Tel Cockerel, which I will get the link to that thrown up right now as well. Jose, we know Sonny's coming home. That's like the biggest news right now is that, Sonny will be home tomorrow. You ready to have him back? I mean, we've been doing okay enough without him, but I mean, are you excited to have Sonny back home?
Look, firstly, let's say that we're proud of our players that went to the AFCON and the Asian Cup. Of 100%. Course, we wanted them to do well for their nations because then it bodes well for us, and then it gives them in a happy place. It's unfortunate all three didn't get through to the final. But it's unfortunate they didn't get to the finals for their respective nations. But it's fortunate for us that they now have to return back to their employer, which is Tottenham Hotspurs, and therefore it means that, barring illness and injury, they will be available for selection for the Brighton game on Saturday.
Yes. And you know what? If that's not worth a Dawson thumbs up, I don't know what is. Yes. They will be home, and I can't wait. I have down here in the title, of course, Sonny's coming home. Will he be in a good headspace? And I think that maybe as Americans, I think we worry about that more than other people. Like, I think the sentiment kind of is he's a professional. He should come home, regardless of whether or not he's in a good headspace. He needs to play well, to perform, But I do think that being knocked out will have a little bit of maybe of an effect on him. Hopefully he can turn that into like a positive thing or fuel kind of to propel him to help Spurs to have a really, really bright finish to their season. I don't know. You think a professional like him, you wouldn't think it would knock him too much off course,
Me personally, he's a professional, and being a professional means what you're letting yourself into or letting yourself in for. He was going to the Asian Cup, and it was nailed on that they were going to win it. So at the end of the day, he partook in the competition as his nation did, as so did other nations. And some of the big nations in that zone have gone out already. So you've lost Australia, you lost Japan, you've lost South Korea, you've lost Saudi Arabia. So you've lost some big nations already in that cup, and they've gone out. And by the same token, in the AFCON, you lost Algeria, you lost Tunisia, you lost Morocco, you lost Ghana, you lost Cameroon. I mean, the list is endless of the bigger nations, the ones that have been doing better in recent years. They haven't even got to the semi-finals. And yesterday, it so happened South Korea didn't make the final. So, at the end of the day, you go over there with the anticipation that you're going to do well for your country and that your country will do well in the competition and look to outright win it. But it didn't happen. And now they're back at the club.
Exactly. And it's okay. You know what I mean? It's not going to be the first setback that any of these guys have, first setback they faced in their life, not even close, so they'll come back, I think, and be hungry and ready. Wayne Bonner is in the house. What is up, Wayne? Just real quick, wanted to get Wayne's comment up. Says, what's up, Colin, Jose, and everyone in the chat. Hope you are all well and having a great day. Yes, man. Great day so far for me. Hope you as well. Getting ready to start my work day. So it could all easily go pretty quick. But so far, so good, Wayne. And it's always better having you here, my man. And Jose, too. Any day I get to see Jose is a good day.
Missed you last week, Wayne, in the predictions, mate.
Yeah, we have the results for that.
We do, but missed you last week, didn't I? So, yeah. You stuck out that you didn't enter, mate. So, it was in my head. It was in my head that you didn't enter.
He's thinking of you, Wayne. Jose's thinking of you. Yeah. We love everybody. All our viewers, everybody that supports the channel. Big love to all of you guys. Like we always say, one big family. And we truly, truly appreciate you guys. And while you're there supporting the family, head on over to El Tal Cockerel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff over at Jose's personal channel, everybody. I'm going to leave that link up for just a second. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, today's going to be kind of a quick show. Like we said, we got about an hour today. We usually run far over that. So I have a little rundown here. I'm trying to keep things kind of timed out a little better than normal. So one thing I wanted to talk about is this. I'll throw this up here and I'll talk too and see what you have to say about it. But would you take Ivan Toney at Spurs? Thomas Frank admits that he will most likely lose the striker this summer in the latest thing that I've read about him. I don't think okay, so here's the thing. I don't think Spurs are gonna be the team that ends up getting his signature, but would you take him at Spurs with the problems that he's got, the gambling issues, the slight maybe attitude problems? I think he thinks he's a little too big for Brentford, which, I mean, there might be truth in that. But, yeah, do either of those two things, put you off of him, or would you still take him at Spurs?
I'm going to say, no, I won't take him at Spurs, purely because of everything around him that I know already. He doesn't want to come to Tottenham. His heart is set on going to Arsenal. So for me, it's not even a question that I would entertain. So I'm not even going to look at everything else that's happened with the gambling and all that. I'm just looking. I know that this player wants to go somewhere else. So if he wants to go somewhere else, let him fish in that pond. He's not fishing in our pond.
There you go. I love it. Yeah, and who would want to? The fact that he wants to go to Arsenal over the project at Spurs, I think, tells you enough about maybe his intelligence, what he's got going on up here.
Supporter.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he's an Arsenal supporter. He wants to wear an Arsenal shirt. You can't begrudge the man. If he's a gooner and he wants to go and wear this shirt, then so be it. Go and swim in that pond.
Yeah, I like it. I like that. Yes, everybody, let's take a page out of Jose's book and say goodbye, Ivan Toney. We don't want you here. And Wayne Bonner's already taken that. He says don't want Toney anywhere near the club or in the shirt. He was banned for a reason, which makes him untrustworthy. And he's a gooner, Wayne. And he's a gooner. So yeah, let's let him go over there. Chris Agambar. What is up, Chris? Chris, member of La Familia, as is Wayne. Audio Artisan in the house as well, saying afternoon, chaps. What is up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you, Audio Artisan.
I'm glad that I'm catching up with you guys because Colin hadn't seen that you guys had entered the room. I had, so there you go. Big up from all of us.
That's why there's two of us. It works out. We catch what the other ones missed. Wayne says, knackered from work last week, so forgot about predictions. Should be in it this week. Need to secure my mid-table spot. Hey, that's my mid-table spot, man. You can't be coming from my mid-table spot, Wayne. I did terrible last week. I was also knackered and missed a couple of the predictions, but I got some in. Only scored 1 point. It was a bad week for me in the predictions. But again, Wayne, good to have you. I got more than one?
Yeah, you got two.
Hell yes. Double.
You had Man City to win away and Villa to win away.
Hell yes. All right, cool. Well then, not as bad as I thought. We'll take what I had, double it, And yeah, that's looking a lot better. Tony isn't good enough for us. We have Richie with a better work rate and scores more. Wayne, that is awesome. And at the beginning of the season, I don't know if anyone would have thought that we'd be saying that, or that anyone would be saying that. Richarlison had been so underwhelming, so underwhelming for such a long time. I still haven't decided if this is if he's actually turned a corner and is hitting form, or if this is just a purple patch for him.
Who's that? Tony. Tony's a good player. Let's have it right.
I'm sorry. I'm talking Richarlison. I apologize.
Okay. No, but I'm going to go back to Tony. Tony is a good player, and Tony can do a job for many a Premiership side. It's just that he's made it very clear into certain quarters and circles that he fancies the Gooners, and like that, let him go there. By the same token, Dragusin came to us, Werner came to us, Bradvik, or whatever his name is, has come to us, Vicario came to us, Van der Ven came to us. They came to us because they wanted to be here. So therefore, let's just concentrate on the players that want to come to Tottenham. Yeah,
I love it.
We don't, and if we talk about bidding wars and player wars, well, we've got proof that we've won 3 of them in the winter window. So there we go.
Exactly.
Jishnu,
Very good point.
Jishnu's back in the chat. Good afternoon, Jishnu.
Jishnu, what up?
I'm sure Jishnu was on earlier on Ash and Chang's show, but he says Noosa's completed his medical. He's 100% fit, says his Norway medical team. Well, it's neither here nor there to us, Jishnu, because Noosa was going to Brentford. We didn't want him. There's a reason why we didn't go for him, and I don't think it was on our radar. I think that was all clickbait. But Noosa was Brentford's, and Brentford came out. I'm sure if Brentford were wrong, they would have been corrected. They weren't corrected, so at the time that he did his medical, Brentford found an issue. So, he may, whether he has an issue or not now, I don't know. Why his medical team in Norway? When you say Norway medical team, are you talking about Norway as in the national team, or are you talking about Norway as in his Norwegian club did a medical for him? Because it's quite weird. Why would a national team do a medical on you? It just sounds quite weird. I've never heard of a national team doing a medical on someone when they're one, out of competition, and 2, if it's got anything to do with club football. I don't know why they would get involved. But anyway, Noosa wasn't one of ours. It's interesting if that's the news, but Noosa was for Brentford.
Yep. But big up, Jishnu. Very glad to have you here, my man. Always good to have you in the house, Jishnu. Audio Artisan says that it looks like Richarlison is about to have his best season ever. He is on track. I think he might have already scored more goals this season than he's ever scored.
I think 13 is his league record at Everton, and I think he sits on 9 or 10 at the moment for Tottenham.
10, I believe, unless one of those goals. Cup. See, that's the thing. Let me find out here while we're looking, while you're talking.
And
but yeah,
Wayne says Richie was always going to come good. He just took the long way around.
Yes, the very long way. The way that made everybody doubt him along the path, but he stuck by it. I just think every one of our players needs to go have groin surgery. It seems to just kick them on. So maybe if you don't even need it, just send them in for groin surgery. Because isn't that now Sonny and Richarlison who have had their groin surgeries and come back and been 10 times better players? Let's just send everybody out for a groin surgery. That's my take, at least. It's helped everybody so far. So there is that. Real quick, and then Jishnu is just elaborating a bit there. So Norway national team reports Fabrizio. Exciting talent, good for him. Yeah, good for him. Absolutely. Hope he does well. Hope we see him in years to come. Hopefully, playing against Spurs and we smash whatever team he is playing for. Love the guy, but love Spurs more. Speaking of loving people, here's something I thought was really cool. Pedro Porro. I read a report talking about Pedro Porro was seen at Tottenham youth game, the North London derby for I think it was the U21s. Might have even been a younger team than that. What a way to endear yourself to the fans. I think I love it when senior players take an interest in the developmental teams or the younger teams. It's just I think it just shows that they care. Pedro Porro didn't have to be there. You know what I mean? He's not English. He doesn't have, he plays for Spurs, of course, but probably didn't have a dog in the fight in that rivalry really before he came here, but now he seems to have fully bought into it. And so that's awesome for me. I love when players kind of take that on. Whenever Danny Rose was, taking a really big interest, I know that he was a coach for our youth teams, but that's something that I really, really, really like here. What do you think about that?
I think. Listen, it's hard not to, right? I mean, let's put this into perspective for me, right? Danny Rose was different because Danny Rose was out of the team. Danny Rose is out of the club, and he's out of the club. Yet he's coming back because he didn't have a club, and he came back to the club to start mixing it with the youth teams and stuff like that, right? But let's have it straight here. Come on, right? These players see these players day in, day out because a lot of these players are coming in to train with the first team.
Yes, sir.
Especially when we've had all our injuries and suspensions, we've seen the young ones come in because the young ones have been on our benches. Some of the young ones have had game time, so therefore they're going to take an interest because they're going to be seeing these people day in, day out. So
that's true.
So
what you're saying is maybe it's not as big of a deal as I'm making it.
Well, for him to comment on them is probably a big deal. Yeah, to make a comments on them. But what I'm saying is that unlike Danny Rose, the Danny Rose situation for me is a different one because he's left the club, he's come back to do what he did with the youth, and he actually got involved with them and stuff like that. With these guys, they're probably just referring to, they're taking an interest purely, and I reckon their interest has come from, they've come to train with the first team. And that's where it's all come from. So,
yeah, absolutely. But it's still good. I love it. I love just the cohesion there. Chris Agambar is talking about Richarlison, 13 goals in the Prem and 16 in all comps in a season for Richarlison. Yeah, he's definitely on his way to beat that for sure. Mr. Bobby K, I heard you were modding this morning, my man. Thank you very much for your help, my guy. Big love, Bobby K and 3 Spurs boys. Thanks a lot, my man. JJ, what is up,
Hi, JJ? How are you, mate? I hope you're well.
How's it going? Yeah, I don't know. That's an awesome avatar you got there. And I also don't know if have we met JJ? I don't know. But if not, very nice to meet you, sir. And if so, I apologize for not remembering. Lee Smithy Smith, though, is in the house saying, yes, Lee Smithy Smith, 100%. Hey, by the way, got to get you on the next member show, buddy. I know you weren't feeling, I think, is everybody still sick at your house, Lee? Let us know. But yes, we've got all kinds of.
I think Lee was out and about.
Yeah, that's
he was
what
out and about. Lee was out and about when we did the member show. He was out and about.
Maybe I'll do a poll for people and I'll find out like what the best time would be for the next one. We got to get more people. We got to get more of a voice, more of a fan's voice on the next member show.
I think what tends to happen with member shows and what I've seen in the past is that when you do your first member show, a couple of brave souls come on and have a say in that, and people watch them. And generally, member shows are well watched and well viewed. And then when you have the next one, you get more people raise their head over the parapet, and then it will continue to do so thereafter. So we will get to see all the lovely people that are members. I'm sure we will, and they will. We will get to see them. Apart from speak to them, and that we will get to see them, and so will the rest of the people that are watching the member shows. Will get to see who these people are, because Smithy, for one, has been on other shows as well. So people will actually get to see Smithy and people like that on the show. So yeah,
in all of his tattooed glory. I'm jealous of all the tattoos Smithy has. I've got 2, Smithy, but you've got me beat. You've got a couple more than 2. Yeah, I think you're right. And big up to Elias for coming on the show yesterday and for letting us hit him with 1,000 questions. He was a very good sport. All good, JJ. Good deal, man. Yeah, I'm good. Here. Jose will have an answer for himself, but I think he's good too.
Yeah, I'm good. Good evening, David Clark.
David, what is up, my man? David from Leicester says hi to everybody in the chat. I hope everybody is well. Mikey Moore. Mikey Moore got a double in the last night's Spurs U18s. 6-2 win. Dang, dude.
They won 6-2 in the cup last night. It's on YouTube. You can see the goals in there.
Heck yeah! I heard. Wait, I think Adrian was posted in a group chat. Did he even hit the post? I think he hit the post.
Yeah,
in addition to.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he put a few comments because he was watching it on Spurs Play, I believe. He's got Spurs Play, so he's watching it. But yeah, it's on The highlights of the Spurs play are on YouTube already. I watched it this morning, the 6-2 victory. And then we have another controversial character in the building. I'm only joking. It's Daniel E. Good evening, Daniel. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well.
Yes. Big up, my man.
He's another one. He's another one alongside Wayne Bonner that didn't take part in predictions. So
yeah, Daniel. It's okay. We'll get you on the next one. Like we always say, it's easy to make those points back up. But Nick from Talking Beer says, big up to everybody in the chat. Welcome. Hit the like on your way in. If you guys could smash that like button, that would be ideal. And I guess you don't even have to smash it. Just pressing it would be sufficient. But yeah, we would really appreciate that. Big time. Yeah, and then David Clark is saying, yes, he did. He hit the crossbar, which would have been his hat trick. Kind of a bummer that he didn't get the hat trick just for his own personal, just for his own personal stats. But yeah. But what a wonderful match it sounds like he had. Daniel E says, controversial is my middle name.
Saw that.
Love it. Daniel Controversial E.
Bobby, you haven't missed it, mate. What we're going to do that today. We didn't do it in yesterday's show because it was a members show. We were going to do this tomorrow, but we quickly did a show because we weren't due to come on today. But I said to Colin, "Come on, let's just do a show," and we're going to show the predictions today, mate.
Yeah.
Suffice to say, Bobby, let me tell you now, though, you didn't do as well as last week. Last week you were king of the road. Last week you got the most points out of everyone in the week. But this week you haven't had a bad week. Yeah, you haven't had a bad week. You've had a decent week again.
And we'll definitely get there. We'll definitely get there soon too. Like I said, we don't have tons of time today, guys, but we just wanted to make sure we got some content out to y'all.
Good evening, Kev.
Kev, what up, dude?
Hi, yes. How are you? Hope you're well.
Big up, Kev. Thanks for being here, my man. Guys, another thing I wanted to talk about while we were here is this. Do you think there's any truth to this at all? These Rafinha rumors. I'm looking at it right now. Some kind of reputable sources have picked up the original shit source. Like I'm reading on Forbes.com right now that Barcelona's had a $75 million or 70 million euro offer from Tottenham for Rafinha. I don't know if I buy it.
Smithy, I've just seen your comment. We are going to show the results of the table. Let's say that you didn't have a bad week either. You were probably one of the highest scorers, although it was quite tight this week because there was a lot of mishmash results this week. Yeah,
it was a weird week for
so with Rafinha rumors. The Rafinha rumors started off from a source that's I'm not going to say unreliable because who knows. People might strike gold and get lucky on some of the ITK stuff that they do. But apparently where it all started from was a source that don't often get it right. So, but these rumors are beginning to be spoken about by everybody. But not by everybody, but quite a few sources now. The one thing I will say is please look at what the state of football is now. Yeah. We've just seen a winter window, not only in England, but through the rest of Europe, that next to no money was spent. Who has, right? Rafinha was bought for about 70 million anyway.
Yeah.
Has Rafinha's stock gone up or down since he went to Barcelona? I'll let you guys decide. Mine says his stock's gone down.
I agree.
And also, who's going to pay Barcelona £70 million for Rafinha? I don't believe anyone's going to pay £70 million. The money that people have laid out, I think 95% of players that you've laid out money on, you're not going to make that money in return.
I would say that's fact. Yeah.
That's how the market is at the moment. So with Rafinha, he might be a player that's liked, he might be a player that's liked by a lot of teams. But what I will say with Rafinha is, at the end of the day, I don't see Tottenham or any other club at the moment smashing down. I don't know. I don't even see people smashing 50 million to sign Rafinha. So for me, they are what they are. They are rumors. Yeah, they are rumors. And there's a lot of songs with the word rumors in it. But I was just about to sing one, but I'm not gonna. I don't want to.
Oh, we missed it. I wish we could have gotten to sing it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother people. But me, the rumor on Rafinha is it is. It's just that. It's just a rumor. listen, I think, right, and this is just my opinion, so it's not I'm in the know or anything, it's just my opinion. And my opinion is that Tottenham know the kind of players that they want. Tottenham have their shopping list. Tottenham have got scouting reports on who they want, and they will go and press the button on who they wish to go for in the summer, whilst also letting players go that they don't want in the summer, because that's going to be equally as important to get rid of players and bring players in. And the other player that was being linked was Neto. For me, I'd probably rather purchase Neto than Rafinha. But again, Wolves are in the mire, right? Wolves are one of these teams that, for this time round, they were under FFP. So what did they go and do? They sold 17 players last summer for a total of 140 million, just to make sure they were on the right side of FFP for this time round. Now, I don't know what they're going to be like come the end of the year and whether they need to do any more sales before the 30th of June. But if they do, I would gladly like to see Tottenham be in the mix for a Neto and for a Mateus Cunha. Them two players at Wolves I do rate highly.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to be in the hat for them two players. I do think they fit the system, but I'm not Ange Postecoglou. I see football through my eyes, and I don't see it through his, as he keeps telling us.
I wish we could. I wish I could see football from his eyes. That would be an interesting. Maybe someday we'll be able to see through other people's eyes. It'll be amazing. But no, I wouldn't pay over. I wouldn't pay over 50 for Rafinha. It says here in this article, and for whatever the hell it's worth, that that Barcelona kind of have some FFP issues, and that could be why they're looking to let Rafinha go. And if that's the case, maybe we could get a little bit better of a deal than 70.
Barcelona have been in trouble for years. Everyone knows that Barcelona are in trouble. That's why Barcelona can't buy, and they had to loan players in. João Cancelo, João Felix. They had to loan them in because they couldn't purchase them. They don't have the funds. If they wanted to go for any of them two players at the end of their loans, they don't have the funds to go for them. They have to get rid. They have to sell before they can buy anyone. And at the moment, I think, I'm not sure because I'm not a Barcelona fan, and I think that Barcelona would prefer to keep hold of their homegrown and players that are coming through La Masia than some of the people that they've bought in. So if your likes of Pedri, your Gavis and your Baldes and people that have come through La Masia, they'll keep them in the team and they'll rather sell off your Rafinhas and players like that. And I think that's the route that they want to take. But they have no money. And at the end of the day, it could be that they're selling players. I mean, they moved players on in the summer, and they didn't get great money for these players. Although Frank Kessié was one of them. Kessié, they bought in on a free, and I think they let him go for something like 12 million. So there's no money. People need to understand there is currently no money. And so therefore, all these player prices, we're going to see player prices come down. We're not going to see player prices go up. They're not going to be around the silly days of, and I said this on a show the other day, the silly days of Chelsea spending 100 million plus on Enzo, 100 million plus on Caicedo. These days have gone, man. That was the last of the bastion. That happened before. It's not going to happen. Your Rice is going to Arsenal for 105 million. That won't happen. Only if you're a mental case are you going to do stuff like that with your club. You have to be demented to do it, and you know, let the clubs do this. Let other clubs do it. Let other clubs get into trouble. But whilst we're here, so just say hello to a few people. I've starred Kevin's question.
Saw that. Thank you.
So right, we've got Mr. M. Wagwan. Hello, Mr. M. How are you, sir?
What is up, Mr. M? Long time no see.
Senor Leo's in the house. Hi, Leo. How are you?
Hola, Leo.
And then you've got David Clark saying that Rafinha was it's a huge asking price. When he played for Leeds, he was either brilliant or totally out of the game. He isn't consistent for 90 minutes for that money.
Good point on the wages. Yeah, probably on like 300k or something fucking crazy.
You've got Daniel says stock has definitely gone down. I wouldn't pay no more than 40 million for him. Barca wanted Reggie, throw him and 30 million over, and we should get the deal done. Hopefully. I don't know what I said, but Leo's agreed with me.
I think it was just on not overpaying for those guys.
I think Neto will be more than Neto. Wolves apparently are okay money-wise. Okay, fair enough. Like I said, I don't know where they are with their. Kevin Williams says, last time I checked, Spurs is the preferred choice between us and Barcelona. That's true.
Hold on, I gotta play this for that. Yes. This is the most baller shit ever. Spurs being the preferred choice.
Why hasn't he got him saying it?
I cut it out because I was worried I'd get in trouble. But
you won't get in trouble. You won't get in trouble for that. You definitely won't get in trouble for that.
Then I'll fix it.
You've got Daniel saying Barcelona always have FFP issues, but yeah, Barcelona, yeah. Leo saying Barcelona need money, and then Bobby K saying, "Did you guys see the tweet about Enzo looking for the exit? Who could afford to buy him?" At the end of the day, the way that I look at it, Bobby, right, and it's not my club, and it's probably the club that I detest most, because of the way they were in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and their support. And the way that I see it is that they've got these players, they've got Todd, whatever his name is, come into the club, who's a big player out in American football out in America. And he buys, and he's a successful person in what he does. But European football and Premier League football is totally different to American football. You don't have the relegation and the playoffs, and you know, you can get relegated and you can get promoted. That doesn't happen in America. So it's a totally different system. They've come into England, they've bought a club. Glad it was Chelsea, by the way, for what I've seen so far. And they've come in and they've bought, I don't know who they're listening to, who they're getting advice on, but they're buying all the players under the sun, which they have done, spent over £1 billion on buying these players, and look where they are now. I mean, there's talk tonight that if they go out to Villa in the FA Cup, that Pochettino will be sacked. But there's also talk about they can't afford to sack Pochettino, put him on garden leave, because they'll break FFP by doing it. Jesus. So they've bought these players and they've spent all this money on players, but then what they've done is they've, to balance, well, for them, for the books, they've put them on 8-year contracts so they can put a portion of the money and spread it over the 8 years. But by doing that, and it's a clever way of doing it, and they circumvented the wheel by doing it, but by doing that, they were also of the mindset that last season they probably wouldn't get European football, but for that to work for them, they needed European football this year, especially Champions League money, because you don't get as much, obviously, as we know, playing in the UEFA, the Europa League, you call it now, the Europa League, and playing in the Conference League. So therefore, that model has completely broken now. Now, last season, the reason why they got away with FFP quite decently last season is their links with Saudi Arabia, where they sold the goalkeeper. Mendy went out there.
I forgot about Mendy going out there.
What about the little short midfielder, the French one?
Kante
went out there. They had the big giant, it was a Cameroon international who came from Napoli, the centre-back. Koulibaly, there we go. So Chelsea got rid of a load of players, truckload of players, to Saudi Arabia, and got more money than what you would have got buying them, because no one else would have paid the prices that Saudi Arabians did. And they weren't over the top, but they did pay better than what you would have got. And then they've got rid of players. Now there's talk about AC Milan coming in to take 3 of their players off their hands in the summer. But the thing about the AC Milan story is that AC Milan don't have the kind of money, I don't believe, to take 3 players from Chelsea at what Chelsea would be looking for. So Chelsea are in dire straits.
It seems like a lot of clubs are, from what I can gather.
Yeah, but they're in dire straits, not only because of that, but because of their management and because of their on-field results and stuff like that. So in more ways than one, Chelsea are in dire straits. But
couldn't happen to a better club, I say.
You're West Ham. I'm Chelsea.
True.
But I haven't seen it, but yeah, it would be interesting about Enzo.
Yeah.
Bobby, your off page.
OnlyFans. It's saying OnlyFans page is blowing up. I didn't know Bobby was on OnlyFans. Everybody, if you need some adult content in your life, that's a joke, obviously. I don't think Bobby has an OnlyFans account. But that's the site where you go and you post naked pictures of yourself or whatever, and then people pay money. People pay money and yeah, subscribe to your page, and it's usually beautiful women, but beautiful men too, Bobby. So yes, if you haven't started one, Bobby, go for it. We'll all subscribe.
Let's say good evening to Just a Harmless Potato. Good evening, Just a Harmless Potato. Nice
good
to have you here.
evening or good afternoon if you're here.
Yeah.
I know you're not in the US, but if
Daniel
you were,
is saying Barcelona need to sell players on and focus again on bringing their La Masia stars through more and more again. Chelsea, what's he saying here? Talking about Chelsea's using a 90s Dallas Cowboys purchase model.
bring them all in on the most expensive players, all of them. Does it matter if they fit the team? No, just bring them in. Just bring them in. Yes. I actually feet picks is the way to go, Bobby. So you got it. Let me know the link and ask it for a friend.
We'll share it.
Yes.
We'll share it for people. Yeah.
Okay, of course. One thing I wanted to share too. So it looks like the players are having fun. I hope the sound comes through for this. But do you have just a second? It looks like there's some banter going on in the locker room. I wanted to share with everybody. So we'll see if the sound comes through. Here it goes. Let me get us moved like so. Boom, and then let's see if this plays. There's that. I just found that earlier.
But can it not be played with volume on?
No, you couldn't hear it. No,
we didn't hear it. We'd be watching it. I was trying to read the subtitles.
Yeah, they're basically just ripping into Royale for his outfit there, and it's Madison saying what the fuck is that? What are you?
Is it Madison? Because the only person I saw next to him was Prue.
Yeah, it was Madison giving him trouble. He said that Richarlison picked out the outfit. And so if he wanted to have a war with anybody, he had to talk to Richarlison, and Madison kept saying it's shit. He said no, it's not shit. It's great. I don't know. So there's a little bit of that. I love Madison giving it to people. I love that Madison seems to be fitting in so well at Spurs.
But they all do. Since Andrew's gone there, the one thing that we can say, and I've said this on many a show, is that he has brought everybody together, whether it's the first team or whether it's the canteen lady, the groundsman, the administration staff. He's just brought everyone together. And it makes no surprise whatsoever that the team are united and are one. It makes no surprise whatsoever, and long may it continue. Because to have success in the future, that's what you need. Everyone needs to be fighting for each other's corner. And that's what you need to have a team. And, long may it continue.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%. So hold on. I can actually get the audio on that again. Come on, you Spurs, share.
What the you
That's it. Now we can hear it. Go on.
in English?
The best style, bro. Was Richie, bro.
Okay, let's get some close ups
Look
then.
at this, bro. Was Richarlison, bro. But I think he's not bad. That's up. What about this style, bro? No, not bro. Because Richarlison did this, bro. He put this for me.
There it goes. There it was. I just love how much fun everybody seems like they're having. It's good stuff. And yeah,
But
if anybody,
Richie didn't say much though, did he?
no, he was like, "You're right. It's bad."
Yeah, Richie wasn't saying much to defend his brother there, was he? So
He was not. Lee Smithy Smith says, "Big up to Emerson Royale's fashion."
it's on. Where is it? It's on Twitter, I think. Talking beer. I don't know whereabouts on Twitter it's on, but it's somewhere on Twitter that Collins found it.
Yep. I just did a search for Spurs and Twitter. It came up. David Clark said he's got a cereal fans only page. He shows naked cornflakes and Rice Krispies on his laptop. Hopefully it's not your work laptop, David. We don't want you in any trouble there with the Rice Krispies. He also says nobody has got more points after 22 games in their first 22 games in the Premier League. Ange and Pep both on 43. damn, that's not bad company to be in right there. Not bad company at all. As much as I don't like Pep Guardiola, he seems to be the one to have found out Vicari No's weakness. So, yeah.
Good evening, Paul. You
geez.
from a wet and wonderful Paris. Says in Paris. Hope
Thank
you're
you for
enjoying.
joining us, man.
Apart from the weather, Paul, I hope you are enjoying Paris.
Yeah, that's wonderful, dude. Thanks.
Although this time of the year it's kind of cold in Paris as well. I found when I went to Paris in February, I found it really extremely cold.
Really, like worse than England.
Yeah. I went in 2000 and I think it was 2016, so 8 years ago. I went there to work for a week, and it was like minus 30 at night.
Jesus Christ, man!
And during the daytime, it was minus 12.
Yikes!
And in England, it was probably about 6 to 10 degrees, and I was like, bloody hell, what have I done?
Yeah, what am I doing? What am I doing here?
I've come to Paris and it's freezing.
And it's even worse. It's even worse.
Oh, look what he said.
Yeah.
At Disneyland with the kids, and spot on, Jose, freezing. It's exactly what I thought. And Paris is what? Driving wise, if you drive through London, get the boat across and that, you're probably about, I don't know, 4 hours away from Paris, driving wise. And it was like night and day. When I left England, when I went through the Eurotunnel because we drove, and when we got we got the train through, and when we come out and got to Paris, Gare du Nord, I think it was, we got into. It was absolutely, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I brought the wrong gear out with me.
Yeah, man, snap. Paul's saying he drove to London on Le Chateau, 4 hours, 20 minutes. Not bad at all, man.
I went from London. It took about 4 hours. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. London to Paris.
Talking bear can't believe it. Us Americans, man, we're like 4 hours. That's nothing to us American peeps over here.
But you're not driving. You're having to jump on a train as well, and the train's probably
going a million miles an hour.
Yeah, probably going to get you there quicker than the car would. But you have to get the train to go underneath the channel. The English Channel, because if you get a boat, getting a boat takes hours to cross the channel. Is stupid. I would imagine. But yeah, I hope your kids are enjoying themselves, Paul, and that you're having a good time, the children, and you're making memories, mate.
Definitely, man. I didn't know. It's stupid. I didn't even understand that there was a Disney in Paris.
Disneyland Paris, yeah, of course. It's the European version of what you've got over there in America.
Yeah. Nice. Well, heck yeah, dude. Hope the kids are having a good time. Like Jose said, making great memories. They'll last you forever, man. This is the type of stuff that your kids will think back on and be happy that you took them. So big
Kev says, I went to Disneyland Paris years ago in February. The whole park was frozen over. The weather frozen over. The weather, didn't see it coming. Gutted.
Yikes!
That's exactly what I was saying. And when I went, it was just unbelievable. When I went, I couldn't believe it. We got thanks now, Paul. You enjoy yourself with the family, mate. It's the main thing.
Thank you for being here while you're. Yeah, you could be anywhere and you're here too. So thanks a lot, Paul. Appreciate you.
And talking business, I used to drive 10 hours twice a month to Chicago.
What for? Were you doing illegal activities there, talking beer?
Yeah, but you guys in America's so big and it's huge. And places like Australia and there's other countries, it's so big that when you guys talk about, we're gonna go and visit friends, we're only driving for 15 hours, we're like, bloody hell, you can get up to Scotland and back in that time. So that's our reference, because our country that I live in is tiny in comparison to the countries that a lot of you guys come from. So I find it fascinating when you guys talk about it rather than we talk about it, because we're small fry compared to you guys. So yeah.
I had a friend visit this weekend, and she drove like 3 hours to get here. That's like a pretty standard one, and that's just in the same state as me. She's also from Indiana, and she came down here, and it was about a 3-hour drive. To drive from one side of Indiana to the next is probably 8 hours from like top to bottom. So I mean, it definitely takes a while for sure. Mr. M says he was driving moonshine across state lines. Exactly. He says he was playing music and running sound for bands, but I don't buy it. I think Mr. M's got it here. He was driving shine across state lines, baby.
Right. Shoot, because people have asked the question in 45 minutes.
Let's get
let's get the results up for people.
Yes. So first, I'll put the guesses. You know, the guesses, and we'll get the table. Let me get these banners off. They're all gonna have to come off so we can see here. Get that. Remove that. Boom.
So for the people that were in the chat, Bobby K got 1 green and 3 oranges, so he ended up with 6 points this week.
Nice, Bobby.
Smithy got 1 correct prediction and 4 predictions, so he ended up with 7 points. But the person who stole the week was Robbie from Lily White Lane. It's his first week entering it, and Robbie got 1 correct prediction like the first game, and then he's got 5 oranges. Damn. So he ended up with the most points. He ended up with 8 points. There's nobody, I don't believe, that got two greens this week. If people got a green, they only got 1. The one with the most greens seemed to be the Brentford Man City game. There was 1, 2, 3, 4 people got that correct result. The West Ham, Man United West Ham game, I was the only one that got the correct result in that one. Bournemouth Forest, it was
also
a draw.
4. Yeah.
4 people got that right, and Everton Tottenham a 2-2 draw. Robbie at Lily White Lane was the only one that got that correct as well. So
Nice
points
job,
wise, I think the most points that was scored was 8, and that was Robbie this week. And the least points was probably 2.
And that was me. Unfortunately.
And, no, Nita I got 2 as well.
Come on, Nita. We're in the 2 club. Yep.
So
I'm
this week points wise wasn't as generous because last week Bobby K smashed it. Bobby got 11 points last week. Smashed it. Yes, he smashed it last week. But
So
points wise, it was kind of shared around because there were some freakish results. I mean, if you look at Burnley Fulham, only 2 people. It was a 2-2 draw, wasn't it? And 2 people, so Dry Roasted and Robbie from Lily White had a 1-1 draw. Everyone else had gone for a home or away victory. So therefore, there was only 2 points given out in that game. The Everton
Beer Talk did point out that he had a point not counted on. He got the correct tie versus on the Nottingham Forest and on the Nottingham Forest match.
Okay, that's a 1-1 draw. Where's Beer Talk?
He's right above Mark Cousins with the green with the 1-1.
Do you know what? Yeah, right above Mark Cousins. Hang on. Mark Cousins.
Let me get that off there.
Okay, so Beer Talk's got a 2-2 draw. Do you know? I just noticed Chan got a 1-1 draw there.
Nice. See, we'll get that fixed. No problem.
So let me fix it now. So if I get it, so Beer Talk gets another point.
Nice, Beer Talk. Nice.
Okay, so but another point. Let me just change it on this one. And Chang got 3 points.
Nice job, Chang. Beer Talk, making sure everybody gets their points. Nick, appreciate you, buddy. I sent them to Jose in a really stupid way, so he nailed it. Jose, you nailed it. Sorry that you got to do all this work all the time. I feel bad that this all falls on you, my guy. So
no. So what that does, I'm going to have to give you an updated table because what that does is that changes the table. Changes the table for Chang, not for Beer Talk. So if you bear with me a second, I'll do this now, and what I'll do is I'll send it to you straight away, and then you can show the updated version.
Boom! Right, I think that sounds lovely.
Right, so that means that this person now jumps up.
Oh no! Hey, so Bobby K says interesting how Colin and Jose are in first and second. Dodgy, scoring on spot. Scoring on spot the bull is less fixed. Hey, no, this isn't the table. This is just the table's coming up. The table, I'm in like freaking 10th place, Bobby. So no worries. But I think Jose is number 1, but he's just a genius. He's got insider knowledge.
Well, no, do you know what? The person every week by 1 point. So Tot Spurs is second. And Tot Spurs has scored how many points this week? 1, 2, 3, 7. So Tot Spurs is cutting into me. Tot Spurs keeps cutting into my lead all the time.
Talking Beer says it's farking fishy. No, it's like I said, Jose's got insider knowledge here. Jose's got some insider knowledge. Let me pull this off of here while we're getting the so you can see our beautiful faces while we are getting the table updated.
So Beer Talk's extra point doesn't affect the table, but Chan's points do. So what I'll do is let me save this and send it over to you now.
Cool. I got my inbox open and ready to go. Very, very fishy, says Bobby K. I love
Yeah,
it.
of course it is.
Yeah. Big love, you guys. Big love to all of you guys. And look at this. We're on time so far. We haven't gone over yet. Proud of us. We're doing great here. Yeah, let's go, Leo. Not too shabby, man. Yeah, climbing up. Leo, you're good at this, bro. Everybody's doing great. Oh my God, Daniel E says until I gave up, I realized it was fixed. No, guys, it's not fixed. If it was, I would definitely be better than 10th place. Let's put it that way. But guys, Sonny's home. I mean, he's not home yet. He'll be home tomorrow or whatever. But we're getting our Sonny back. Oh, I couldn't be happier. I know that it's terrible that he's coming on the way that he is.
I'm just looking at it. Where I've got 5 points, Top Spurs got 6. So Top Spurs every week has got 1 point or better than me every week in the last few weeks. So he's eating away at the lead that I did have. Chipping
away at your lead there, huh?
But what I've done this week is for noticeable people that have climbed and have moved up. I highlighted the green for the movers, the people that really have moved this week. So therefore, when you bring up the table again, or when we bring up the table, the ones that are in green are for people that actually are noticeable mentions who actually moved up the table or who moved places with the points that they got.
Cool. 1 second here. Almost done. And then after Mark Cousins in 26. Boom. Let me save that one. And guys, we are almost good to go. In the chat, if you're excited to have Sonny back, give me a thumbs up emoji in the chat, guys. I am so hyped to have Sonny back. Scores 2.7 downloads. Boom. All right.
Talking Beer says, I've got to give you guys some. It's mandatory.
Hey, we're good. We appreciate it. It would feel weird if you didn't, to be honest. It'd be weird if you didn't. So here is this and this one here. All right, guys. So we've got the table ready. Here's the first half. I split it up into 2 images to make it easier for everybody to see.
So have you shown the scores? That the scores have now been amended.
Oh, sorry. I need to get those in. Sorry, I need to put that back in as well.
And as you do that, good evening, Barbaric. It's been a few weeks since we last saw you, mate.
Mr. Disdain.
I hope you're good, Barbaric. I hope everything's well, mate, in your world up there in Scotland. I hope everything's good.
Scotland. Dang. That sounds awesome, man. Sounds like a nice place. I've never visited. I'm visiting Ireland for the first time in 3 months, and that's exciting, but never been to Scotland.
I've been to Scotland. I've been to some of the islands up there. Some of the islands up there are beautiful. God.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. So let me get this. Yes, dashing gents, you're going to make me blush, my friend. Okay, so here is those amended guesses. So we've got Beer Talk's point in there. We've got Chang's point in there.
3 points for Chang. Chang had a green.
Oh, man, Chang had the 1-1.
Yeah,
nice,
he had the 1-1
nice.
Had the green. So the table has now been amended. Chan has moved up further than what he already had because he's got an extra 3 points. But yeah, for people that moved this week, I've definitely put green beside their name. So if you bring up the table,
boom. Oops, that's the wrong.
So that's the first. Okay, so Bobby K's made a move. So Bobby K's now 5th. He's made a move. He went past Chris Peters. Dry Roasted Peanuts made a move. He's gone past Kate. Smithy shot up. Adrian S has made a move as well. 13th and 14th, they've gone up. Ian Meth, for 2 weeks on the trot, has made moves up the table. He's now 18th.
Mover and a shaker, man. That guy.
Chang has moved. Chang has moved up there as well.
Come on, Chang.
Leo from Mile High made moves. He's gone up there as well.
Let me get the other.
Mark
And then
Mark Cousins has moved up as well. So
Yep,
these
and
are the
then we
people that
go-
I could see have moved up for definite. And then Robbie from Lily White Lane, it's his first week. So his first week, he's moved straight to 38th.
That's awesome. That's very commendable. He'll be climbing up the table. I have a feeling we'll see more of Robbie if his guesses continue to be like that.
But
Big
then,
up.
go back to the first page again.
Yeah.
So on the first page, Chris Peters didn't enter last week.
True.
Kate did. Jim didn't enter last week. Danny didn't enter last week. Julius didn't enter last week. Wayne Bonner didn't enter last week. And Scott M didn't enter last week. So looking at that page, there's some of the people that didn't enter, but other people that have obviously moved up the tables.
Boom. Gotta take advantage, guys. You gotta take advantage when you can, for sure. So if someone forgets.
The next set of predictions, we will be doing a show on Friday, and we'll get your predictions in for this weekend on Friday.
Yep, you got it. So everybody, that is the updated table. And you know what, Jose? We are about an hour in, man. It's just about perfect. We always go way longer than we mean to, and it's always me. So I just wanted to throw out there that I've kept the show on time today. I can't believe it.
You're not got to keep bench and West Ham there, no, to give to people before we go.
I do. Are we ready?
Let's give a keep bench and West Ham to the people before we shoot off.
Yeah, let's do it. Here we go. And... You guys know what time it is. It is Keep or West Ham, the internet's favorite Tottenham game show. I can't believe Elias asked if that was really me in the video the other day. I don't feel like I look that different. But anyway, guys, here is this week's, and it is not an easy one. We've got Gaza, Glenn Hoddle, and Ozzy Ardiles.
Did you make this one up, or was this one of my previous ones?
Ellie gave me this idea yesterday.
Okay, because it looks like one of my previous ones, so I'm going to have to pick, am I?
You are, if that's okay. Yeah, yep.
So that's still a keep, bench, and send to West Ham, yeah?
Yes, sir. I told Ellie to make a hard one, and this is the one that she gave me. So Bobby says this is BS. I love it. Lee's asking about the prize for first place at the end of the season for the predictions. We'll have to think about that. That's a good question, Lee. But yeah, guys, this is not an easy keeper West Ham, and I was asked especially to make it not easy by our Queen Ellie.
So Ellie's giving it to you, and Ellie's not even in the bloody chat.
I know. It was yesterday. I've had it in here since yesterday.
Oh.
We just didn't get to use it on the member show. I didn't know if anybody would be on the member show would be, you know what I mean, would have very informed decisions on this.
Okay, right. Got it. I've got it in right.
Okay, Bobby K. Before yours, Bobby K says keep Hoddle, bench Ozzy, and Gaza to West Ham. You're a horrible person, Colin. Oh man, sorry Gaza too. Ugh, sad, but yeah, I know. I'm kind of a bit of a butthole today. Jose, you got yours ready though, you say? Oh well, he's
right. Yeah, for me, I'm keeping the king of the lane. Glenn Hoddle is the person I'm keeping. I'm keeping Glenn Hoddle, the king of the lane, over longevity, over a long period of time. I'm going to go for my keep bench and West Ham is going to be based on the amount of seasons that they played for us, because it makes it easier. So for me, it's the king of the lane. Hoddle stays, and I keep him. My bench will be Ardiles, because Ardiles played for us for 9 seasons. And although Gascoigne was a gifted magician, he was only with us for a couple of seasons. So, yeah, It's difficult.
I
It's a
like the
difficult one.
rationale there, though. That's
It's
good.
a difficult one, so I'm going to go with the amount of seasons they spent with us. It's the only way that I could do it.
And feel like it's fair.
Gascoigne was a generational talent. Let's have it straight. Gascoigne was a generational talent, but he was only with us for a couple of years. So he's a person. He gladly left us. So he left us for past. Although when he left us, we needed the money because we were in dire straits. So basically, we needed the money. So the deal was done for him to go, and he had to go a year later because of his injury.
It's weird to me that he doesn't look built like a footballer at all. Like the other two look like they are. He looks like a tiny bit overweight. He looks like he's, you know what I mean? Like he's got a strange build for a footballer, but he did it. He made it work.
He used to beat people with ease, mate. He might have looked a bit cumbersome, but he used to beat people with ease. With Ozzy never wanted to leave. The only reason why he took the year out was because of the Falklands War. Otherwise, he would have done 10 seasons straight with us, Ozzy. And as for Glenn came through the ranks, didn't he? And Glenn was ahead of his time. And had he played for any other nation within Europe of the greater powers, he would have been the first pick in the national team week in, week out. But it's just because he played for England and we wanted to play a rigid 4-4-2 that Glenn didn't get the appearances that he needed for England. But without that, it was Tottenham's game, because it meant that we got Glenn for more games, and we had him playing for us more than he played for his national side. Our dealers is a World Cup winner, and like I said, the only break with our dealers was because of the Falklands War.
I didn't know there was any kind of a break during a football during that. That's interesting. I'll have to learn some history.
During the war, right, instead of staying in this country, he went on loan to France. Oh, okay. So that was the break. So he took a year out on loan because of all the bad tensions between Argentina and England at the time because of the Falklands War. So he stepped away from it, the limelight, for his season, and then came back to us. So had the war not happened, he would have done 10 years straight with us.
Yeah.
And as I said, Hoddle was a magician, and Hoddle was a magician, and Gascoigne was a generational talent. It is difficult, but my decision's an easy one.
There you go. And Darren West is in the house. I don't know if we
Good
said
evening,
hey to Darren.
Nice to see you, mate.
Another member of La Familia, Darren West. Good to have you, brother. Says keep Hoddle, bench Gaza, our dealers to West Ham. That is harsh, but hey, you got to make hard decisions in here. It's part of the game.
Is there anyone else in the chat that wants to have a go? Because there's only a couple of you that have actually said anything. So
yeah, true.
Daniel E.
Daniel E. said he's going to remind Bobby that he said Gaza to West Ham in the future. And then Bobby's saying,
what's going for?
He's saying no comment. So yeah, it's exactly. Daniel E. Bobby's telling Daniel that he feels physically sick. Blame Colin. Blame me. My logic was the same as Jose though. Length of service. And then Daniel says, in England we're allowed to say no comment, and that's my answer to answering this question about these three players. Laughing, crying face.
It's like pleading the fifth in America, isn't it? Having no comment here in England.
I do not recall. That's what we would say here. I do not recall that. Unfortunately, being quiet is not a tool that is in my cabinet, and so my big mouth gets me in trouble yet again. Bobby K, we love the tools in your cabinet, buddy. Keep them the way they are. Don't change for anything. And he said only a couple said something because this is BS. Love you, Bobby. We love you, man.
And then Barbaric's come in with keep all three, send PEH and Ben Davis to West Ham. Barbaric. That's not part of the game. The part of the game is that you get given three players and they're the only players that we can comment on. So if you want to have a go, tell us. If you want to plead the fifth, if you want to go quietly, if you want to go incognito, just do all three or do all of the above, or forever hold your peace.
Exactly. This is a tough one. Tougher than yesterday's.
Do you know
yesterday's?
I'm starting to get my bite back about me. I might have to start doing some really deadly ones if they think these.
Do it. Yes.
Doing some deadly ones as well.
We both hit.
Sorry, I know the rules, but these three choices are impossible. You savages.
yes. I love it. They're only going to get harder now too. That everyone's
Well,
saying that we're going to make them even
the
worse.
thing is for once I'm not getting pelters from the crowd. It's actually Colin's. Well, no, it's Ellie's. Ellie sent these to Colin
She
because
did.
what we have said to people is if you can reach out to us, then you guys tell us who you would like us to put up there as well, and then we'll make sure that we put yours up here as well. So this one's been sent to us by Ellie, hence why we've done it today. So if you guys want to send us any, then send them to us and we'll get them onto the show. Yeah, we'll do a keep
Absolutely.
bench and West Ham with your ones, and we'll tell the people who actually nominated the 3 that we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Feel free to get those in. Leave them as a comment on this video, any video. Send them to us on WhatsApp if you got us. Any of that works. Bobby K's pleading the 11th. Thou shalt not answer Colin's BS questions that that are unfair and immoral to ask. I love it. And then I wanted to say Darren met Hoddle and Gaza, but he didn't meet Ardiaz. So that's the reasoning behind his answer.
Yeah.
I like it. I like that a lot. Bobby's like, give me Winks, Gaza, Erickson, a simple one.
But yeah, right. So on our socials, we're both on Twitter. We hardly use it, but we are on there. So if people want to come through to Talk and Ball or El Tel Cockerel on there, if you've got a keep bench or a spam and you're not in our WhatsApp groups and that, send them to us on X or whatever it's called, and we'll make sure that we use it on the show and we bring it up, and we'll actually announce who it was that sent it to us. Like
if we can get enough, we could just do a big Keeper West Ham show. That could be fun too. For just a goof off day someday.
I can think of them, but I can think, and we can have a whole show on me doing them. But people will be absolutely pissed off for life with me because I can pick some really difficult ones, and people just.
But you're good. You're all right without having friends. You don't mind friends if people are mad. You're good. You got a family. You got people that love you. Bobby's throwing some out of this. He says Greaves, Kane, Klinsman. Damn,
yeah, but
that is
Daniel Lee was on the show that when we did when I did the goalkeepers one, I did the centre backs, I did the full backs, centre midfielders, and strikers. And part of the strikers was Greaves and Kane, and I can't remember if my third striker was in there. It might have even been Klinsman. And when I did it, I got pelters because Kane was the one that was sent to West Ham.
Yeah,
and people started having a go at me. I've done something similar to this as well with Ledley, Toby, and Jan. So yeah, I've done these. But right, if you want hard ones, guys, I will give you hard ones. I will get a show full of hard ones. But I'm going to be hated upon.
Wink. Levy, Sugar, and Abramovich. Love that too. That would be a good one. That's the one that we've never messed with. That's great.
Levy, Sugar, and Scholar.
There you go. Yeah.
God.
Levy might actually win. People might want Levy. That's awesome. Guys, though, I have exactly 20 minutes until work, so I think this is as good of a time as any to start wrapping up. Throw on the jazz, and I just want to say, basically, thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody who is watching. Thanks, of course, to all the members who are supporting the channel, and then I also thought this might be a good time to say. With Patreon and YouTube memberships, it's kind of weird and complicated, and so we're thinking of combining it all into one thing and doing away eventually with Patreon and having just memberships. Sorry that this doesn't involve everybody. I know that. I just wanted to get that out there that we're phasing out Patreon and then encouraging everyone to become members through YouTube just to make it easier on us and to make sure that everybody gets their proper dues and shout outs. And, you guys are all monetarily helping us create this content that we hope you guys love. And we want to be able to properly thank you for it and make sure we don't miss anybody. We don't not give anybody their shouts out. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's something that we're going to be moving towards. I'll approach individual people when it's time. But yeah, everybody, thank you so very much for tuning in. It's been a wonderful day, a nice short show. But we just wanted to come and see you guys today. We just wanted to come and see everybody, say hey, and, see what was up, see how everybody was feeling. So I think we did a good job there. We've talked Sonny, we've talked some rumors, and then another show tomorrow, 10 a.m.
Yeah, but thank you everyone in the chat. You're the guys that make the show, so thank you all. And like always, it's come on you Spurs, and in Big Ange we trust.
Yes, and I'm gonna get one more thing up here. As we leave, I'm gonna leave you guys with The link to Jose's channel, El Tal Cockerel, please, you guys, if you can find it in your heart, to go over there and like this video and subscribe to the channel. It would make me immeasurably happy if you could do that. So, guys, there is that, and we will play out with the James Madison song.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for
Thanks,
watching.
everybody.
Thank you.
Big love, guys.
My team has got James Madison. James Madison is what we need. Whoa, thank God we got James Madison. This kid plays ball like you would never believe. Whoa.